Hello everyone. Today is day 92 of the 100-day project. Now I'm not really doing anything too awful excited, but at least wanted to turn on the camera so you could see what it was working on. And just to say hello, any of you that watch Rachel at Roxy Creations knows that she is working on a altered book. That was hard for me to say. And I have been so inspired by that. I've never made one, and I thought I would give it a shot. I have this book from 1916 called Chatterbox, and it's sort of a, you can see it's been water damaged. I've had this book a few years now that it's been up on my shelf, not really knowing what I wanted to use it for. And then decided the pages are nice size for something like that. So I thought I would use this to make myself an altered book. In the style that Rachel's doing. I'm not big on the ones where you glue the pages together and add the pockets and all that. I mean, they're pretty and all that, but for myself, I prefer the style that she's doing. I'm thinking, and I don't know this for sure, but my first thought is to make this my December daily. And the reason I say that is because I found when I was doing my December daily that, you know, I had all kinds of pretty Christmas papers throughout and what have you, but then each day when I was working in it, I seemed to be covering those pages, you know, that I had in there. So I thought if I start out with something a little bit calmer, then it's not going to bother me that I'm covering most of it. I don't know. It may turn into just a collage journal or something. I don't know at this point, but I'll make up my mind. So I'm going to use the same procedure that she's using as far as how she's tearing her pages out. I did watch Lori Marie Jenkins' video that Rachel had mentioned. She is an awesome artist, and so I watched some of her work, and you should check out her channel. Pretty cool stuff. So what I've done, I've already glued, you know, I've already torn out all these pages, which I'm excited about because they are the perfect size to make masterboards or anything else. I have needed some bigger pages. And this book is quite interesting. It has different poems and little sort of like puzzle type things and short stories all the way through. It's sort of like, I think like a young teenage type book, which is pretty cool. But anyway, what I did, I marked at the top here, and you can see, like, I think this next signature I already did. I was jumping around, and then I started working from the front on. But I marked with paper clips up here where the centers of my signatures are, and on the sides I've marked with paper clips the last page of a signature and the first page of the next signature. So the theory is, if you start in the center of your signature, you know, and it's recommended that you're using one that's stitched in, not glued in, first of all. As you're tearing out pages and gluing, you shouldn't be gluing this way, you need to be gluing that way, and it's going to help with the structure of the journal. As you can see, my spine is pretty messed up, and I wish that I would have taken care of that before I started, because on my first pages that I glued to the cover, you can see they didn't do too well, and it's because the front of my book here isn't where it should be. But I'm all right with that. I'll cover this with some kind of card stock. So I think that'll be fine. The back wasn't affected as much because it's in loose but intact. So I'll be recovering all that, of course. But you can see this book, it had some serious water damage. But it's going to be perfect for what I'm using it for. So what I determined with my signatures, once I located the center of the signature and the first and last pages, I figured out how many pages I had in there, how many I wanted to tear out in each signature, how many I wanted to glue together. So I sort of have a system. I'll only do one signature. I won't bore you with, all of this. You don't need to watch me tear papers out and glue them together, but I thought I would just share this with you. And the other thing, before I get started on this, I wanted to tell you on my garden journal, I ended up, excuse me, covering my envelope. I haven't put any image or anything on this yet that, I want at this point. I covered this page. This page, I started lifting where I had glued it down. Not happy with this. I feel like I want it to be brighter, So I think I'm going to end up taking this flower off, maybe even this label, figuring out something else that I want there. But I guess that's the good thing when it's yours. You can do what you want to it, So, starting in the center of my signatures, I figured out that I want to take out 3 pages. And then I'm going to glue this page together and this page together. Try to do this as quick as possible so I don't bore you to death. This was all sticky. Maybe I can turn it inside out. So I hope you all had a great weekend. It's Sunday evening. Going to be a little bit late by the time I post this, but I at least wanted to do a video so you know that I'm alive and kicking. For those of you that care. I had a great weekend, quite honestly. Just weather-wise was very pleasant, and we got a lot of things done in our yard that we wanted to get done. We still have a lot more to do, but we got a lot of projects done. And for us here in New England, to have the things done that we've done is sort of early. But we've had a very nice spring. So I haven't planted any annuals yet, but I think I probably will this week, weather permitting. I focused on a big perennial bed that I have that needed some major reconstruction. So I'm real excited about it. Now I just wish it would hurry up and grow. Now, Lori and Rachel both suggest to shut your book and it'll make the page land appropriately. I found with this book, and I think it's because of the condition of my spine, that didn't work out so well for me, so that's why I've been doing this. But I don't know if it's newer books, and maybe it's probably because of my spine, but they just shut their book and it glued their pages together perfectly. So, by all means, I would recommend you try that. This page has glue all over it. I'm not the neatest. That's the page I glued, yes. Just going to put that there. Glue these. I'm running out of Mod Podge in my little cup here. I didn't want to use my big old container, so that's why I grabbed that little container, thinking that would be all I need, but it's not. Other than that, our weekend has been pretty uneventful. We worked in the, I did that perennial bed yesterday, and which was a lot of work, believe me. And then today we worked, I finished cleaning and doing some pruning the rest of the flower beds out front. Got everything all cleaned up, and then we actually mulched the front beds. So the front of the house is pretty much done. It's just in our back that I have things yet to do. Things that I love to do, though. As far as, you know, planting and the heavy grunt work is done. Then, see, I got glue all over my Alright, then on this side, if I take normally 2 pages out. So what just happened here? That was my center. Let's see what I got here. It's sort of funky because, yeah, here's my last page of this signature, my first page of this signature. Normally when you take normally it's 2 pages after I glue my pages together. So let me see if this side's right. 1, 2, 3. What is going on with this? Well, I know I gotta take this page out. Oh wait, that's this page. So that page has to stay. What is going on? Maybe that page needs, yeah, that page needs to come out. Something is wrong here. 1, 2. Of course, the one that I show you, I've messed up. Alright. Okay. What did I do? Did I glue the wrong? I glued the wrong. Might have to, I think I have to glue that page. Let me figure this out. Here's my last page. Maybe that's my last page. It gets sort of tricky and sort of confusing, that's for sure. Yeah, no, those are the last pages. So So if I tear this page out, I want to make sure that its partner isn't still in my book, and it is, and it's glued to that. So what to do, and then this, oh no, that's this page. Oh, I glued it to that. What have I done? That page and that page are glued. Did I forget to pull? No, I pulled. So these should be right. Well, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue these together. I'll have a couple extra pages. I don't want to tear them out. That's what I'm going to do. I have been tearing out 2 pages and then just making these 2 pages, tearing out the 2 pages in between, and then hooking my first and last. But because this is attached to what I glued here, this shouldn't, I glued the wrong page together. That's what I did. This should have been glued down there. I messed up. So, well, I will just, well, maybe I pulled this out. No, I can't. Ignore me, as I make a complete idiot out of myself. Let me just glue these together. My system has been working perfectly, but I turn on the camera and then I start talking and I stop focusing on what I'm doing and make boo-boos. So, whoop, that's not shut. In this instance, I would say, do as I say and not as I do. Yeah, glue that together. I'll just have a couple extra pages. That's what I will do. No biggie. This is really nice paper in here, though. So I'll just have a couple extra pages. See, that's where my spine is sort of loose. So I should have started on it, and then the next 2 are already glued. Those are glued. And what I found with this book, some of the signatures in between of the last page of the signature and the first page of the next signature, they have glued a picture. So some of those pages I'm gluing 3 pages together rather than 2. I'm just sort of adapting. I started to tear the picture out, and it wasn't a good idea to do that. So I thought, well, those pages will just be a little bit thicker for me. But quite honestly, as the Mod Podge is drying, the pages are drying very flat, which... Did I put glue? I put glue on the wrong side of that page. Or did I? No, I didn't. Whew, I thought I messed up again. Can be a double boo-boo. Alright. So that's one signature. And then this one, yeah, this one has a photo. And you can tell it's been glued in between. But I had tried to tear one out, and it wasn't a good idea. So I thought, you know, I'm just going to glue those together. And what I like to do, instead of gluing this now, it sort of helps me when I go to my, oh, this is, I already glued these. So maybe I messed up on those. No. Alright, yeah, I had glued those. I had started this, I started working in this last night, and I sort of randomly started back here, and then I decided to go ahead and start from the beginning. Okay, so this I just need to glue. Where'd it go? See what I mean? It gets very confusing. I'm already confused. That's already done. Where's my center? Go back to the center when all else fails. 1, 2, 3. Glue, glue. 1, 2 comes out. This gets glued to this. This page needs to be glued to this. This is the back of a photo. That's what's confusing me. So I'm gonna... I'll glue this and then I'll let you go, because I know this is boring as all get out, and especially when things aren't going the way that they should be going. Sorry if you can hear my husband in the background. He's on the telephone, talking rather loud. There we go. Alright, you get the drift. You have to sort of figure out where, well, it's key to figure out where the center of your signature is, and from the center glue these pages to this side, these pages to that side to keep the structure of the journal stronger. Otherwise, your pages are going to be really loose and could potentially fall out. So, I will figure all this out. These pages I need to glue together. This was one of them that had the photo in the center. And then these pages are done. Or not. No. Alright, there's that'll be my next signature after I glue those down. So there you have it. The world of confusion in Sheila's world. Confusion in my world as always. But you can see how many pages have already been taken out from the front. And by the time I only have like one, I think some of these are already done. 2, 3, like maybe 4 more signatures, maybe 5 at the most. And then all my pages will be glued together. And I can fix the cover of the journal. So anyway, there you have it. One reminder, May 10th is the 100th day of the 100-day project. On May the 10th, whatever video I do that day, I'm going to let you know what you need to do to enter my subby giveaway. And so if you're interested in one of the 2 journals, I'm giving 2 journals away. That will be the day that I'll make the announcement of what you need to do to enter and when the drawing will be held. We'll decide on that day. I'll have a plan in place with how long, like from the 10th until the actual drawing, you know, how many days. So, just a reminder, I will see you tomorrow, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening, and happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.